Friends, this is good afternoon from Paris. It will be good evening in India. So we have finally reached Paris, collected our accreditations, and also checked into our room where we have booked in. One noticeable feature since our arrival in Paris is that it doesn't seem like Olympics is about 3 or 4 days away, except for the volunteers who will validate your accreditation card and showed the directions, or if you have to go to the main press center, they arrange shuttle buses, which every organizing committee of every Olympic Games or every Asian Games are required to do. They provide that. We, that is myself, S.S. Ramaswamy, and G. Vishwanath, we three went to the main press center, collected our accreditations. Actually, we had our accreditation, myself and Vishwanath, but S.S. Ramaswamy had to have collect his from the main press center, and it was done after quite some time. They had to cross check the spellings of the names, especially if the names of Indians are long. They even in India they make mistakes with spelling. So in Paris, you don't have to ask about it. There's definitely going to be mistakes, but then all's well that ends well. So finally, SS Ramaswamy also got his accreditation card, and we are all set to start our Olympics coverage. So let's talk to SSR about his trip. Yesterday we spoke from the Mumbai airport. We had a very comfortable travel from Mumbai to Zurich, and the connecting flight was also very comfortable. SSR, how have you coped up with the travel? Did you sleep well? Could you get to catch up with some sleep in the aircraft?
That's normal. Everyone has to go through it. The part want to emphasize on is the way I had to struggle to get this accreditation done. Originally, we were told to file our biometrics in Mumbai by I did it by March 21st. But after a long wait, I was told by the newly appointed press attaché, Mr. G. Rajaraman, that my biometrics were not tallying. The info, not in the biometric, the info in my passport was not tallying with the application for accreditation. The problem here was my name was too long. Three words.
So
And
SSR is actually Singanallur
Seshadri
Seshadri
Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy.
And I got only Arama. So there was that mismatch. So they said you have to go through again. Luckily, Rajaraman could exercise some pressure
He
on
could
the
expedite the process.
expedite the process. What he did was he coordinated well with the local organizing committee who are dealing with this accreditation process, and they called the Mumbai
Consulate.
consulate
The
and
French consulate in Mumbai.
French consulate in Mumbai, and they asked me to come again to provide my biometrics, and I had to file an application for visa in a normal course, what everyone does, and I did everything, and I got the visa in one day.
So it was like you
So
had to reapply.
reapply again. So it was a long drawn process, and it happened in the middle of this monsoon. It was raining heavily in Mumbai, so somehow it got done, and I took the flight. And after coming here, went to the MPC,
MPC is the main press
MPC
center.
main press center, and there again they said that there was some mismatch. So what they had to do finally was do the whole thing manually, some part of it,
So,
and finally I got it,
so
and I felt as if I won an Olympic medal.
where is your medal, SSR?
Medal is here.
Oh, it is lying there. Keep it carefully, safely.
Yeah.
And yes, you have indeed won a medal after what? In your third Olympics, even before the Olympics began?
Yes,
That's
this was
fantastic.
This was
So
the real ordeal.
this main press center
But
is
but
where.
here I want to say another thing. In 1996 Atlanta, I landed there without press my accreditation, without any accommodation.
Did you land
And this
without your
this
Did you
this
land
was
without your visa and tickets also?
no visa I got, tickets I got, but the I won't blame the local organizers. I blame my own office for asking me to proceed at the last moment. So
Now that
I had not kept up to the deadline for applying for my press accreditation. But luckily, the moment I landed in Atlanta airport, uh, they were also good enough to accept my this thing request, and I got it done there.
So now that you're no longer with PTI, you can say whatever you can say about PTI, right?
Obviously.
That is okay. So this main press center is where you it's like a workstation for the media, the working journalists, the photographers, the print journalists, the broadcasters.
No,
Where
broadcasters have got a different.
yeah, but it is a MPC for them also, right? Isn't it?
No, MPC, that is IBC.
IBC.
They got
Okay.
International Broadcasting
Okay,
Center,
something similar. Yeah.
which is separate,
So
actually.
they all work under one roof. It's like, but say here we went, just checked what was there in the main press center this afternoon. So it was, they could accommodate about 600 print journalists under one roof
At one
and
time.
at one time. So it is actually an amphitheater. It's in a huge mall which is called the Palais de Congress de Porto, Paris, or something. It's all a French word. It's actually basically Palais de Congress. So it's a huge center, and it can accommodate so many of those of journalists from all over the world. Imagine it's Olympics, so it's not a small event, and as huge a contingent as these participating athletes from each nation, there are a lot of journalists
Nearly,
all over
it
the
could
world.
be, overall, it could be 10,000 journalists.
Wow,
Overall,
that's
broadcast and print, everything put together.
but
That's a normal
But
for, for an Olympic
one
Games.
thing that is which I also mentioned at the start is one noticeable feature is that it doesn't look like Olympic Games is happening in about 3 4
Yeah,
days. Do you also feel so?
yes. There has been absolutely no sign of the Olympics being just round the corner.
Right.
On 26th, we have the opening ceremony, but the drive from the airport, even at the airport itself, except for the volunteers who did our accreditation there, hardly any welcome
Not many signboards saying
signboards
that
are
no
there. Nothing.
Olympics is there, or not many French sportspersons or superstars of the world in various disciplines.
No, they will not come there.
I'm
What
not
I'm
saying
saying,
superstars coming there, but the posters of them saying that
nothing,
okay,
nothing. There is
this is the
nothing
Olympics. It is
absolutely.
unlike in India, where even for I was just mentioning to SSR on our way from the airport to the MPC that a player as not I won't say young, but a newcomer as KS Bharat, who was playing his first Test match on his home ground, which is the Visakhapatnam, which is in Visakhapatnam. He played in that Test match against England earlier this year, and the roads leading up to the stadium, it
Plastered.
was full of posters hailing KS Bharat,
Yes, Bharat.
put up by the local association, the VDCA, the Visakhapatnam District Cricket Association, and Andhra Cricket
It
Association.
is the same case with Sanju Samson. I saw it in Kochi. Kochi airport, he come out, lot of banners
Yeah.
about
So
Sanju
there
Samson.
is nothing of that sort. No, like you think of France, you think
France
of
has
the
produced some wonderful athletes,
wonderful
the
athletes.
sportsmen
Yes,
and women.
and
But
they could no, you would expect them to say somebody like Zinedine Zidane is from this country. Then recently Kylie Mbappe, who featured in the for FIFA in the Euro Cup recently, there was no sign of no poster of them saying okay, the Olympics is in Paris, and no inviting the visitors from all over the world. You can see in the in the video that I'll be sharing after this, videos taken at the airport, along the way to the main press center, and on way back to our room. There's no such thing except that you can see only one or two here
There are
and
some
there.
sign
Yeah,
sign
of Paris 2024 and the
very,
signs
very
and all
few,
that. Yeah.
and around the
And
stadium.
even the owner that we were where we are staying, he is also saying that it was all, people are not that keen on this Olympic Games because of the recent elections that they had.
Elections, yeah. 2 weeks ago, they had national, sudden elections,
And he says, and he
and
being
the,
a Frenchman, and who is also a journalist himself, who is a sports commentator and also does work for radio here, he says that he still doesn't know who his prime minister is going to be, isn't it?
correct.
So that is the state of affairs in
It's a
France and
very
in
fluid
Paris.
situation politically.
So that has taken the precedence over the Olympics, which we should say is the 100th year of Paris having hosted its last Olympics. Yesterday we were talking
After
about.
100 years,
Yeah, that's right.
Paris is hosting the Olympic
So
Games.
Paris this time is hosting its third Olympics, and it was in 1900 and in 1924 that they hosted their two previous Olympic Games.
Which was in a totally different era.
Different era, exactly.
Amateur, what we call totally amateur era.
Amateur, yeah.
And hardly any advancement of
Right.
technology had taken place then.
And yes, so one more thing is, whoever have come to know that we are here in Paris, and our well-wishers and our friends have already warned us to be careful with the crime rate in Paris, especially asking us to be aware of the pickpocket and the thieves and the scamsters and all that, which is something very scary. And SSR is not new to Paris. Only last year he had a trip with his family to Europe. What was your experience then, SSR? You were
That was as a tourist I came, but then also I didn't see anything. So, but that was 1 year ago. So understandable that there was no signs of Paris being a host of.
and by then they had already
2024.
got the rights to host much earlier. So there should have been
Yeah.
some announcement of say 1 year to go or some such.
And basically the places which I told were away from the sports stadium and all. So okay, understandable. But now, when you see the lack of any signs that the Olympic Games are being held here, one is surprised actually.
So I tried to look for signposts and signboards for shouting about the Olympics, but whatever I could, I just share with you in this video that follows on. So that's it. That's it for now. Anything else you want to say, SSR? Your
No, nothing. We have, in short, we have mentioned about what we think or what we experience today after arriving in Paris.
definitely things can get better, and it can be probably the. Can it?
Yeah,
Can it?
once-
Does
once-
it? Can it become the best ever Olympics
We
ever
don't know.
conducted?
We can't say all that.
So we cannot be
Thing-
sure, but
thing-
there is
thing
also a
is-
chance we cannot rule it
is
out,
that
isn't it?
there can be some interest being generated once the games start.
But then also talking to the locals, or the indications from the locals are that the Frenchmen are moving away from Paris. Is it because they don't want Olympics to be held here for
I don't
whatever
know what
reasons?
a lot of Parisians have left this place
Yes.
and gone outside. That's what we were told. Not only by one, quite a few people.
Yes, and one very good family friend who is who's been living in France for many years, basically from India, our good friend Sairam, he has mentioned enough times that if you want to see Pakka proper Frenchmen, they have all moved out of Paris and gone into the faraway places away from Paris.
Yes.
And Paris is now being dominated by
People
people from various other countries.
Who have come specifically in relation to the Olympic Games.
Yes, that is for now. But otherwise, Paris is more people from different parts of the world come here to study, to work, and you can see a lot of students here from different regions of the world,
Including India.
of course. So until next time, take care, stay safe. Thank you, SSR.
Thank you. Bye.
Sehr geehrte Fluggäste, wir nähern uns unserem Ziel. Ihre elektronischen Geräte sollten nun entweder abgeschaltet finden, die Airmodule unten, Jalousien geöffnet und Sicherheitsgurte sicher verschlossen sind. Vielen Dank. Dear guests are approaching our destination. Your electronic devices should still be either switched off or switched to
ends.
Ah ouais, c'est énorme. J'aurais compris par exemple, t'as vu, on fait ça, après on va faire les hôtels. Moi j'ai passé les hôtels, on sait jamais. Là j'y vais. Mais là, je vais un peu juste là. Ah où tu fais tout.
Je fais tout le qui entre l'aéroport, ça obligé de même aller aux autres.
On va les aider.
Non, j'ai une chambre, c'est tout pour lui.
Ils n'allaient pas quand même te donner 5 là.
Hussein River.
Obligé, non. Bon sang, sur le moment, c'est parler avec le chauffeur maintien.
Ah, y a pas mieux.
Faire le parcours, faire son nom. Faut que vous demandez. C'est quel mieux parcours? Peut-être que si je passe par là, c'est mieux de passer par là. Super bien. Moi, je suis bien pareil. Faire dans le jour. Plus loin. Laisser un peu plus loin. Faire ça. Voilà. Et puis alors, je suis laissé le bus. Comme ça, tu es obligé de la.
Moving way ends.
Goes to